Phuket, a place with the most stunning beaches and endless nightlife. A destination where you can get a massage and your laundry done at the same place.
It has been a travel hotspot for the young and young at heart for decades.
But as the world shut down, many locals were forced to leave their businesses and their homes in order to survive, leaving large parts of Phuket looking abandoned.
But now, as the world slowly returns back to normal, this has left a burning question in the minds of many keen travellers. So, what is Phuket like now? If you are anxiously trying to decide whether you should book that ticket to Thailand, make sure you watch this video until the end. We're going to show you what to expect when travelling around Phuket. We have just arrived at Karon and wow, it is absolutely breathtaking. It is also very quiet. It almost feels like we've got our own private little beach.
Oh, 100%, it is so quiet. It is amazing. The roads coming into Karon were also like incredibly quiet. Like there's only, again, a handful of cars on the road. So, I mean, even the traffic, there's barely anyone coming to Karon.
It was quite a relaxing drive and
yeah,
it
100%.
felt very chill, very peaceful.
Exactly, and you drive along the waterfront, which is just behind us, and there's kind of only a car or scooter every kind of few hundred meters or so, so it's like you don't have to stress about some crazy chaotic traffic that you find in other parts of Thailand. Even though it's incredibly quiet, there are a few spots for swimming. There are lifeguards there. There are chairs that you can sit down and relax and enjoy the beach, but you just don't have to worry about a crazy amount of crowds, which is amazing.
When I think of a gorgeous beach, this is exactly what comes to mind. You know, but it's amazing because you don't compromise on anything. You've still got the lifeguards, you've still got beach chairs, you know, but you just don't have the crowds. It's absolutely incredible here. So if you want quiet beaches, this might be the best time to come.
So we've just arrived in what used to be a pretty busy part of Karon, and it's kind of eerie. It kind of looks like kind of post-apocalyptic-ish, with everything is just dead, kind of been stripped. A bit sad to see it like this, but unfortunately this is kind of some parts of Phuket are still struggling to get tourists in, and Karon is one of those affected places with the shops not really getting the amount of people as they used to. You can see here this probably used to be some nice bar and it's just absolutely dead. Everything's been removed, it's stripped, all the chairs are gone, just kind of waiting for tourists to come back. Half open shops, just nothing in there. Absolutely dead is kind of one way to put it. Even things like the 7-Elevens, the subways, like they're still all shut, all boarded up. So we've just come from Rawai, and a much busier little part of Phuket that is compared to Karon.
The roads were so busy, there was quite a bit of traffic. I love the beach, so I was a bit upset that it wasn't really a swimming beach there. I would prefer somewhere that you can just jump straight in. There are quite a few 7-Eleven shut and Family Marts that are still shut. There are a lot of restaurants though, and a few of them are actually very busy. We went to one called WeCafe and we got the last table there. But then you look at some of the other restaurants and they're a bit deserted or, you know, quite quiet. So definitely a mix, but it's good to see that a lot of restaurants are open in the area.
So we just at this little lookout point that's overlooking Harn, which is just behind us down there. So we're just about to head down there and give you a little preview of what it's like at that beach.
We've just arrived at Harn and it is so peaceful and relaxing here. As soon as we parked our scooter, it's just been like, oh, so relaxing.
And there's so much shade around. You can see above us, there's all this beautiful tree shade, which definitely is amazing right now because we have been sweating for the past couple hours in the sun here.
The beach itself has been one of our favourites. We have just found the vibe of it to be really inviting and really relaxing. There are people out and about, but it's not overcrowded, you know, you can sort of park up and have your own private space. There are lifeguards out, the swim signs are out, and yeah, it's just a really nice vibe to it.
And they also have like a few little street stores alongside the beach front here. So you have like an option of some cafes if you want that, or you have the the street food. So it's a great little vibe they have set up here. So we're just walking through the little restaurant setup they have here. So we've got beachside, that side, and then some more cafes and restaurants over there.
Out of all the areas we've been to today, this has been by far the cleanest. The streets are really clean, like all, the park behind us is really clean, the beach is really clean.
The seating, the restaurant, the dining area is like absolutely immaculate. It's far beyond anything else that we've seen around Phuket. So we're pretty keen to come back here when we're super hungry and dine by the beach down here.
So we're at Phuket Central Festival Shopping Mall, located in central Phuket. And I must say it's pretty cool here, having come from a country that has very limited shopping options. Very. It is really awesome here. There are actually 2 different shopping malls connected by a bridge. One is where we're at now, which is Phuket Central Festival, and the other one is a little more high end called Phuket Central Florista.
Something like that. For the dining options, there is a little kind of street food section that they've set up here in the mall. It is a little bit more expensive than the traditional street food, but it is still pretty affordable. It's not overly busy here. There's still enough people here to make it seem like it's not dead, but definitely like enough space to walk around, not absolutely crazy like other parts like in Patong along the street. So pretty comfortable to walk around the mall here. Hayley's on the little lookout for a new bag, so we might have a little wee shop while we're here. Wow, I was not expecting the mall to be that big. Much bigger than I anticipated, way more shops, so many dining options, like street food and stuff. I'm so surprised.
I'm so surprised too. It's so big, there are so many options, it's awesome. So we've just arrived in Phuket Old Town, and first impressions, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely loving it, eh? Like the stars, the buildings, everywhere, the clothing stores, like they have these really cool boutique stores, the food, they've got all these nice little cafes kind of scattered around.
So these older school buildings have Portuguese influence, but to be honest it has quite a cool art deco vibe to it all.
Yeah, there's also so many little spots for photos, for cute little Instagram spots. This is definitely one of the top ones this far.
It is way busier here than I expected it to be, especially considering there's not a market on. There's quite a lot of people about, a lot of cars going past, very busy. We have just arrived at Chillva Market, and I must say it's a little bit smaller than I was expecting it to be, but it has a real cool retro vibe to it. There's lots of shops, there's food, clothing, shoes, accessories, so there's a big variety here.
Even with the smaller size, the Chillva Markets are pretty lively.
We're at Patong Beach, and it is bustling with life. There are quite a few people here, and honestly it is awesome to see. It is by far the busiest place we have been to today.
There are people playing volleyball, going for picnics, just lying in the sand, going for a swim, there's paragliding, jet skiing, you name it, it is happening here in Patong at the moment.
Along the waterfront is where the action is at. A lot of bars and restaurants are open. It's so awesome to see. There are lots of travellers and tourists out and enjoying it. It's so wonderful to see Patong come back to life.
As you get further away from the waterfront in Patong, it does get a lot more quieter. We're just 1 block away from the waterfront and it is pretty dead back here. The restaurants are mostly all open, but there's absolutely no one in them. The stores around me, they're open, but not a soul in sight. Junction Mall, which is one of the most popular shopping malls in Patong, still remains shut, which is a bit sad to see, but there's just not enough tourists.
In Patong, along the waterfront, there is also a brand new market called Same Market.
Come with us as we check it out.
We just got back from Bangla Road, and man, it is way busier than I ever expected it to be. It is packed with people, and people are dancing, people are drinking, people are having a good time. It's really awesome to see. So if you're expecting the same Thailand from back in 2019 or earlier, you might be a bit disappointed. But in saying that, we really love it because there are still shops, there are still bars and dining options open.
If you don't mind the smaller crowds, you can still get the typical Thailand experience, but just without the over-tourism, and the prices are cheaper than ever. So don't sleep on that subscribe button, hit that bell,
And say hi to us in the next video.